Never rains, but it pours. Welcome to British springtime. But it could be worse, guys. We just get on with it. Hey up YouTube. So in this video today, it is time for another end of the month recap. So let's get on with it. Now, March, first thing, time flies. When we think about, it doesn't feel too long since it was Christmas, and now we are a quarter away through the year. And also, I want to just highlight as well, is that I don't mind saying this, I started the year in the red. So I did invest in a tool, and basically that's meant that plus the costs associated with running the business, because they still come in. I was off February. This month, I think hopefully what I earn should put me back in the black. But for 3 months I've been running in the red. I've been all right because I've had savings and I've had money tucked away, and I also budget for this equipment that I buy. But don't be ever sort of remiss on it. You need to have savings, and at the same time, maybe it'd be a nice one if customers could hear this and think, well, the gardener who's coming, he wants £20 for a lawn cut, for 3 months. And I think most of us probably start the season off actually where we're in credit, so we're in the red. But that's a me problem, and that's for me to sort out, and I suppose that's how they'll see it as well. You choose to be in business, and that's it. It's all part and parcel of being in business. So how has March gone? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how March has gone in the first part, and then the second part, it's all going to be one video, don't worry. So the first part, I'm going to talk about how March went, and then the second part, I'm going to show you what I've been up to, pictures and videos, show you what I've been up to, and I'll voice over it. I think that's going to be easier because there has been sort of, not ups and downs, but I think the biggest one is the weather. And as you can see, it's good and it's bad. I always say it rains a lot in England, but it's very rare that it rains all day. The majority of times it will rain morning and the afternoon, and it'll stop raining, or it'll be on and off, or it'll pour it down in the afternoon. But basically you can still get out and do a bit. Now there's some gardens that are just still too wet. I went yesterday to give a quote for a lady, and the lawn needs replacing. Well, part of it needs ripping out and replacing, but initially she just wants it tidying up. It's just too wet. What I've ended up, and this is the thing as well, is for me, I want to get on her property as soon as I can, because it's money coming in for me. And I just says to her that, look, the front lawn's fine to cut, I can come for the first visit, just give everywhere just a general tidy, but obviously the back lawn we'll have to leave it. And she's fine with that. She's seen progression, and also I'm seeing a job and a little bit of money coming in, opposed to letting the lawn dictate the rest of the visit. Oh, the lawn's too wet, can't be stood on, can't be mowed, we'll have to wait till it dries. When could that be, in all honesty? It could be months away, really, because although we are having days where it's sunny and dry, we're getting rain the next day, and it's just topping it up all the time. But I don't need to tell you guys that, do I? So there's been no real highs and lows. It's been very sort of nice little straight path. Something big, I've been doing something in my time and also the business time, that I'll let you know how that goes, because that's been taking up a lot of my time, and I've had to move things around. I've had to do late shifts to late nights to accommodate it, but I'll let you know how that goes. I don't like counting my chickens before they're laid, but you got to do what you got to do. You always got to have a backup. That's how I see it. So yeah, March has been all right, if I'm being honest with you. Finance, let's talk about money to a degree. This March has been better than last March, and last March has been the best one yet. So this March has been very good, very sort of, turnover wise, I've earned the most this March than I have any other March. The exterior cleaning, although I didn't hit my target, it's more, I earned more cleaning than I did this time last March, so I'm very happy with that. The advertising, Now, I'm not going to worry about it too much, because actually I think it's the same for all of us. I've spoke to a few other gardeners and they've all said the same thing. My uptake, so I put an advert and it cost me £385 to advertise in the paper, and the return that I got from that was very low. I think I got 3 jobs. I got 2 gutter jobs, which were good jobs actually, nice in and out, no problem at all, and they were good money. And then I think I got a gardening job, a one-off. And when I think about how much that money, it's I don't think I paid for the ad, but I'm not far off. But as I said, this month the ad's not made me any money really. It's one of them where you could always say, well, you're better off not in putting it in. I don't believe that's true, because what I've noticed is I could put an advert in now, take the ad out of the paper, and 3 months later I'll get a call off that ad because people keep the paper. So it's not a total loss, but as I said, I've spoke to other gardeners, and other gardeners, they're getting hardly any calls this time. You know, the phone. Now, I'm saying this at the end of March, and actually I have had a few inquiries since then, but for the vast bulk of March, the phone was dead. Absolutely dead. I've never known a March to be as quiet on, you know, calls and inquiries than this March. It is what it, and I think the weather's got a lot to play. People will either assume the garden's wet or it is too wet, and then there's some people as well that they are on the mindset that they'll look outside, it's wet and miserable, they won't want to be in the garden, so why would they spend money on getting the garden looking nice? I can't understand that mentality personally, but people do have that. So the main thing I want to talk about is, so at the start of the year I said to you guys, I want to be, my business, I want to increase turnover, increase profitability, you know, increase my profit. There's no point earning more. I'm not seeing any more of that in my back pocket, if you get what I mean. I want to work less if I can. This sounds weird. Basically, I want to earn more profit, work less, and at the end of the year I want to walk in my container and see more equipment in there. Now, I think that's possible. I really do. I think that's possible for all of us. And it's incremental changes that you need to do. So I need to cut my costs as much as I can throughout the year. I need to make sure my root's as dense as possible, so I'm not fucking about here, there and everywhere. Also, so how I see us as self-employed gardeners, our lifeblood, and you know, some people take the ground, you know, when you hear about some gardeners talk about their customers, it's like a very much of a, you know, fucking mentality. They're here to pay us, you know. What my view on customers is they're the lifeblood of my business, I think. So I see us as self-employed gardeners, we're like herdsmen or shepherds. We've got a flock, and the only way I can describe it is going back to my college days, is like a deer manager, where he looks after the herd, and he understands that it's not all about numbers. You know, you don't just get the biggest herd you can, because you will quickly, you know, use up the resources in that area. If there's any sick or lame, that'll spread. And I think that's the same as us self-employed gardeners. It's about quality, not necessarily quantity. I'd rather have 30 brilliant, well-paying, not even well-paid, I'd rather have 30 customers that pay the price I ask, pay me on time, and they don't mess me around, than say 50 where a lot of them are late payers, ball ache to deal with, you know. So like the deer herd, and that's where I'm getting to, unfortunately choices have to be made for the benefit of the herd. And I'm looking at that point with my customers. I've got a brilliant customer base, but there's just 2 people that are basically, they aren't pulling the weight. And what I mean by that is, the only thing I ask, I don't expect anything off customers. I don't expect, you know, I've worked with customers where the job's shit, you know, it's a horrible job, but I accept it. I don't expect them to come out and be bowing down, thanking me. The only, you know, all I expect from a customer is that we stick to what we agree to. So if it is that the customer says that she wants a grass cut every 2 weeks, I will provide the price for that grass cut. I will turn up when I say I will. I will use the best possible equipment, and I'll treat her garden like it's my garden. And you know, obviously working with her, but basically I wouldn't leave something that I'm not satisfied with. And the only thing I expect is we stick to that deal. If a customer asks me for a full day of my time every 2 weeks, I will provide that. I will provide my experience and my knowledge, my tools that will be at their disposal, and the only thing I ask is that they honour it. It's as simple as that. Now, don't get me wrong, I am very easygoing. I've had it before where I've took on a new customer and I turn up the next day after tying them, I'll come tomorrow, gate's locked. I have a phone call off a customer 20 minutes after I've driven off. Oh, look, ever so sorry, Sam, we completely forgot. That's fine, don't worry, things happen. I've had it before with customers where they've rung up, said, look, Sam, we've had a burst pipe, my missus in a flap, we've got the plumbers on the drive, 7 Trent are going to have to do some of all this. Can you come another day, mate? Yeah, no problem at all. Now, what I can't abide is where people constantly let me down, and this has happened with 2 customers. It's not constant to the point that last year I should have buggered them off. It's made a choice that this year I can't leave the I'd rather have an empty diary on them days and have that motivation to fill them now than keep having them let me down. And basically, so one of them's a day rate lady. I said last year, towards the end of last year, and I definitely said this year, I don't want to be taking on day rates. Last year, the deal was, and this is the thing, I want you once every 2 weeks for a full day of your time. Not a problem. And I did, I cleared it for her. No problem, visits were fine. And then what ended up happening, night before, don't need you, something, you know, can't come today, whatever. No problem, always let them have her once. Could you come another day? No, I can't, because I haven't got a full day. Literally, I'm leaving the full day for you. Oh well, see you in 2 weeks. That's lost money. That's a full day of money that I have lost. Okay, we take a step back, and that's happened a few times. And I think with her as well, she's got a handyman type person who works for her firm, and I think when he's short of work, she has him at her place. And I think it's, you know, so I've turned up before thinking, right, I'll be here 2 weeks in time, I've got that hedges, full day of hedging. I turn up and it's done, and then I'm there either, you know, I can find stuff, but it might not be a full day, or it might be half a day of something I don't necessarily want to do, you know, or it's out of the wrong order, so it's sort of stuffing it up for me. And I just don't, you know, I've just got sick of it, basically, and I don't want it anymore. So again, I've passed on her. And it's the same with another lady. It's lost revenue. And like I said, the only thing I expect, I'll come with all my tools, the batteries will be charged, petrol tanks will be full, the kit will be here. I'll never ever turn up and say, oh, I haven't got the mower with me today, can't do the lawn, you know, or I can't do this, you know. I'll even ring up the night before and check what equipment I need, so I've got it. That's the only thing I expect, is people to honour the deal. Yes, if it is that there's a heat wave and the grass doesn't need cutting, fine. But when it's even more frustrating when it's during peak season and it's growing like crazy and you're just about struggling to keep on top of it, and then you turn up, oh, can't do today, got a dentist. That happened. This woman must have had so many dentist appointments, and there's no reason I can carry on without anybody being there. So that's it. That's why 2 people have gone. And you need to look at your customer base, because the last thing you want is to have, you know, just missed days, missed opportunities. As I said, I'm getting rid of them now, and if that results in me having a day off every other Friday, you know, that's fine with me, because what it'll do is it'll give me the kick up my arse to go and advertise, push to fill that slot with more basically deserving customers or better customers. than say keeping it and then being let down, or we go through when it's during time and they need us, and then when it's a bit quieter. No, I don't even think it's money with one of them. I can't work it out. So that's the first part, guys. I wanted just to get that out on paper, well, on voice, and tell you what's been happening. Let me know if you do that from time to time, and then we'll pass over to Sam and he'll show you what pictures and what we've been actually up to. Have a good day, guys. So we start this month off, guys, with rain. I won't talk too much about it because it's fairly self-explanatory at this point, but I'll show you some of the jobs, what I've done. I'll try not to include any overlapping ones from the previous months unless they're relevant, but I only have limited work, so this is my only new build property. It's a nice new build house, but unfortunately it is susceptible to water damage, as you can see at the bottom. This as well is probably the wettest garden, well, not the wettest, but it is a wet one, unfortunately. So I'm just going to show you, basically like what I did last month, some of the things that I get up to. And as you can see, so that's one of the corkers I have to deal with. I have to do a lawn every 2 weeks up that set of steps. It's not ideal, but it could be worse. The big problem I'm noticing in my area at the moment is there's a lot of moss, hell of a lot of moss. Now this one was a bit of a doozy. It really, have I scarified that? No, I haven't. That's what I turned up to. I think the birds have just gone crazy on it, but I have never seen, there was nearly half a wheelie bin just off that. I have never ever seen birds do that much to the grass. But yeah, moss is the big one at the moment. Some customers understand, want to get it scarified. Some customers almost just see it as green, and well, it doesn't need as much mowing as grass. So again, you can always tell the good ones from the bad ones. But I think the work, it does even out, unfortunately. So yeah, common theme here, guys. Plenty of cups of tea as I go. I always accept a cuppa off people. I think if they're willing to offer, I'll accept. What I did do midway through, me and Reese went to his old stomping grounds, the railway, where he pretty much cut his teeth and what started him off on his gardening journey. And I thought it was nice to just have a look at it. And it was a lovely trip out, actually. It was really, really nice. We had a little ride on the train, and it's nice just seeing different things. I think for me, just a change of scenery is enough for me sometimes. But I suppose really, probably the lesson that Reese will take from this, and or what I took from it, is I didn't take any pictures of the work that he did, but clearing the bankside and seeing how much crap there must have been there before and how much is removed with very little tools, you know. I suppose credit due, really. It's something I wouldn't have you know, liked to have took on. And of course we went for cake. Yeah, really nice actually, a really, really good trip out. So this month there has been ups and downs like anything. I think the big weather, or the weather, has been what's affected us. Now this picture here, I took this and I looked at it and I realised that I used all these tools just to do one small property. That's like I think it's £32.50 every 2 weeks to look after this property. And when you add it all up, it's a lot. And this lady's lovely. She never questions the price. This is the horse mug lady, by the way. She never questions, she never moans, never says, oh, how long are you here? You know, why aren't you here longer? But some people do, and when you look at the kit it costs to run, you know, just to look after their garden. Part of me would like to tell them, but ultimately it's pointless. That tree there, I had to nip off all those little spranglangy branches. That was just a little extra job that just come in one afternoon and I went and did it. And again, some before and after power washing job here. This is at the horse mug lady, and as I said, it's not, to me, it's not necessary about getting the big hitting jobs. It's the little jobs, the small people with, you know, the medium-sized properties that you can rely on. You know, for me, I'm her go-to guy. If she wants the gardening doing, she'll ask me. If she wants the power washing, if she wants the gutters, the fascias, she will ask me. And I think that is where the real sort of bread and butter work lives. So this little job here, I busted out the moss brush. It's only a small job, and it's one of them where I suppose you could scrape it with a little wolf garden attachment, probably an hour's sort of work. It does seem overkill to use a big machine like that, or an expensive one, but well, you know, run what you've got, and I think the results come up pretty decent. The customer's over the moon with it. So as you can see, the moss in some of these pictures is really biting hard. Trying to get customers to go on to, you know, to get it to scarify. It's easier said than done, and I think they don't realise that eventually they will have no lawn. It will just be moss. I try to explain this to him, but this gent's all right with it. I think he's going to have something to do, but some people don't understand. Now this job is a bit of an unusual one. This is out of my catchment area. This is in a little village for about half an hour, 40 minutes from where I live. But I look after this lady's property for her. And she asked me to go to the graveyard with her to look after, well, not to look after, but give the headstones and, you know, her family graves a tidy. And it's a bit morbid, but it really helped her out. She really appreciated it. And it's money for me. It's also giving her sort of probably a lot of satisfaction that it's still being looked after. So I think sometimes you've got to be willing to do other things. I certainly am. And another cup of tea. So I went on a trip out. I'm going to try and include stuff like this or anything that I think is interesting. We went to Sheffield, me and my friend. Well, my friend lives in Sheffield, and I went and seen him, and we had a little walk around. We spent pretty much a day just walking around, and both of us are foodies, so we made sure to take in some of the local fine dining, shall we say. And I like anything I do, and you'll see, I think we went to Wendy's and tried one of the Baconators. We split that in half. That was quite interesting. I like, you know, quote, fast food, but I like different things. I like to have stuff I can't get. This was one of them. I don't know what it was. It was some really funky wrap with flavours on it, I suppose. It was nice. Bubble waffle. This was a salted cheese topped tea. No idea, but it was tasty. And this is a boba tea. I personally quite enjoy boba tea. So this lawn, I did this last time, and I think I put pictures in last time. I wanted just to include it because it come up really well. It's starting to look really, really nice. I think that looks really, really good for a lawn, and a lot better than probably what this customer's paid for. But sometimes it's expectation versus reality. And I said, does the lawn look alright for you? Yeah, it's alright. But you know, she's happy, she pays, that's all I ask for. So this job here, this is one that I always consider stuff like this as, well, it is what it is, it's what the customer wanted. She's having scaffold putting up, and she just wanted it pushing, really hacking back. There's jobs sometimes that I will do and I won't do, but this one, it's in the back, it's not going to cause any problem. If it was on the front, I might sort of caution to doing it, but, and again, biscuits off a lady. But yeah, she's a good customer. I don't mind doing stuff like that, it's even though I'm not too pleased with it. Right, where we are now, we're using a little secateur, and it's one of those jobs that sometimes makes more sense to other people, and I'll show you what it is. So, got to come under She wants a couple of foot off the lower part of this conifer, and it's really big, so I'm just using my new secateurs, and I am crawling in under to get to it. I don't think there's any other way other than doing it this way, so we'll get this job done.
So that is the recap for March, guys. It's been a good month. There's been ups and downs, but like anything, you've just got to keep going. Hopefully April will be a lot more sunny and a lot more profitable. Have a good day, guys.
Rain, 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 why won't you go away? Always fucking here every day.